10-1. Always get them, as Jake says. Sound advice. What is it? 2-2? I think I can take that out. Okay, trade ships, one of them sunk. But these are actually combat ships, so we should be mostly fine. Also, I need 2,000 more men. Good, let's go! I don't think I've got enough men to reinforce that. I don't at all. Couple of mercs. Holy crap! They wrecked me with transports and, well, they have 2 galleys. I suppose that happens. Pop. Where'd you go? Okay. Wrong person. That's what I wanted to split. Don't grab that one, don't grab this one, grab this, and go back and thunk them there. You can't produce units while under siege. Okay, seeing European navies being crushed was always satisfying. Was this Japan in 4 game after unifying and advancing tech to the west and I used nothing but galleys to defend Japan? Yep, that Japanese coast is counted as inland sea for all intents and purposes. Alright. Getting a bit better here. Beautiful. Still in the trade league? Nope, you're out of the trade league. Reminds me I should be making more friends for my trade league. So, yep, there's Spain that got the inheritance. They didn't get much, but they got something. You I'm also going to need in the trade league. More local recruiting. Awesome. Permanent improvement to a province. Like, can you really say no to that? What do we got? Reduction in cost. Beautiful. Yeah, Spain, though, the inheritance has gone to some strange people the last couple of games. I'll go with bureaucrat for a while. I'm gonna need it. Jeez, my diptech's almost in the head. Not a good sign. Flatten that. Alright, I suspect Spain will lose said inheritance. Yeah, I think so too. Hello, Desmond. There is no way you're gonna hold out. Not enough space for you to actually hop on that ship. Alright, no general, that will probably do it. You don't give me access, you might. Okay, first, access, super peace, money, war reps, and all alliances, happy. Alright, let's finish the invasion. Corsica, you've lost your entire army. Every time you throw yourself in, you get hurt. I wouldn't recommend fighting. Playing E4 as England is interesting because it covers the time period from when England was very significant to being the preeminent empire in the world. Yes, it does. It does make it quite interesting. Hurry up, would you? Good. 13 days, 26. Okay, that's nice. That's far better than usual. Caravel. You can do your whole thing as much as you like. You're not going to be sieging that anytime soon. I wonder if any of Napoleon's ancestors died in the Corsican assaults. Maybe prevented the Napoleon Wars. Maybe. That would be nice, going down in history as the guy who prevented the Napoleonic rise of power. Flatten him and then come back. There will now be the Hydronic Wars. The Hydronic Empire was one of my earlier campaigns. Aristocrats can have a little power. Back to that. Thank you. Don't want to be losing out on the ships now, do I? Anyway, the the Hydronic Empire was one of my earlier campaigns when the previous expansion, the Cossacks, came out. In order to test out a lot of the stuff for estates, I started up a custom nation in Australia and did the Ideas Guy run. It was fun. I'd be one nervous crat if I were you, so close to the Ottoman Empire. Oh, I'm always nervous. And full of stab. 100%. That's nice. It's taken off 20% defense. That's really good. Cannons and some good stuff. They've taken offensive, so the generals are going to be gods. They're a lucky nation, they tend to have a lot of experience anyway, now that's just even better. Did you cancel my access? No. Austria cancelled access. Right. Anyway, lucky nations are OP. In some regards, yes. I'll be taking this and making you a vassal. The only person upset by this would be you. Wow. You actually have a lot of money. Let's just relax here. Am I simply too large? Yes, I am. My relations with you wouldn't be high enough to join anyway. I'd rather have this and work to getting into Verona. Galleys, go. Okay, he's dead. Bureaucrat, let's go. Can't change this until it's a core. And then I can at least make a trading port and I can make some money again. I need to build up large enough to be able to handle Venice in one shot. No, it's in Utrecht, Cyprus and Lucca. I'd be able to handle them. But I need the navy to do it. Moravians are turning into a different religion. Austria, you're actually in an amazing position to knock off the first head. Declare on them, force them to be the right religion, and you'll be fine. Formed Germany as Ack in one game, trying to take on France head on is suicide. Yeah, at times it is. I haven't heard that for a while. Thanks for the follow, whomever that was. It'll pop up on my side at some point soon. Protect trade in USA. Alright. Almost got the point where I've got decent money. If I declare war, the Ottomans would back me, Austria would back me, Pope would actually jump in beside me. That's cool. I just hope I don't get converted. I'm waiting for the part where a player bias pops up and it starts to ruin me. Well, if you're gonna... I formed Germany as... who was it? Some tiny little guy. In OPM, I believe. I think it was Ulm. No, I don't think it was Ulm. No, I did it as Hesse, and then I moved into Hessen Mercenaries, that's right. That was a rather chaotic game. I suppose that's an understatement, though. Yeah, sure. Making the same from it, so don't need to worry. Alright, 8.1. Sickness of the Emperor. Well, it's nice to have some money. O'Kenny, thank you very much for the follow. You probably killed Aachen right away as Hesse, they're close by. I wasn't able to expand for ages. Because as soon as I allied Bohemia, and they called me into war after war after war. At least I got some favors up with them very, very quickly. So that was nice. But they were on a warpath. They really were on a warpath. How many galleys do I have? Not enough. Do I have transports? Not a single one. Not enough sailors. Well, that's something I haven't had a problem for. Not for a long time. I just allied my neighbours and began swallowing up all the other states with them. Austria was not pleased. When is Austria pleased? Really? Navy tradition is nice. Making money is nicer. It's a lonely road to German unification. It really is, and it's one full of coalitions. It really, really is. At least if you're me. I have a nasty habit of jumping headfirst into things I shouldn't. Though I think that's pretty plain if you've been watching me so far. The artist is gone. Bye now. I ain't taking her. They're selling things. I ain't taking that. That's too much cost for me. Ottomans, are you starting to fall behind in tech? No, but you will. That's what I needed to see. Military is a 1. Well, it's not the HRE if it's not coalition hell. There we go. Move my trade capital here. Things will start shifting. Click you again, transfer trade. Push this button. Trading post. Boom, into here. Boom. Trade money. So much more trade money. I got 20% power. Okay, 70% for the rebels, huh? That shouldn't be too much of an issue. Well, they have knowledge is power. Don't worry, I believe ignorance is bliss. Neighbor bonus is nice. The reduction, thanks to being really friendly with my western neighbors, is really, really nice. I'd love for you to get into a really nasty fight with someone. Anyway, Corsica. Do you want to join my trade league? Or at the moment, do I actually have anyone in my trade league? I was meant to be setting it up. Yeah, I've got one person at the moment. Let's get another one. Making 8 at the moment. Bureaucrat, we need to finish that up. I took administrator, yet. Good. Unrest. Spy network construction. Reinforce speed. Rather not advanced religion, thank you. I'm pretty fine for religion right now. I could help weed out all of the Protestant problems if you really needed it. But at the moment we've got better things to do. And the problem is you're a non-accepted culture. And getting you accepted will be a pain. Hungary claims Istra as their own. Yep, sure. Protestant Reformation has begun. Yes, it has, and it's going reasonably. It's got a good chunk of central, oh geez, most of Germany. 30 years war, all but guaranteed in a German game. Yep. All but guaranteed. I should probably make you like me before our truce is up, huh? Aggressive expansion's burning away. Oh, it goes down by a lot. I don't see what I'm worried about. It's probably nothing. Good evening, my good sir. Damn it. I was hoping you would go good evening, my fair lady. Good evening, my lady. Grab yourself a low legitimacy heir. Cessation of church functions. I can either grab way more papal influence for money, or I can grab a stab. Take the cessation, thank you. Papal influence is climbing. A lot, actually. Seal of confession. Religious institutions are considered sacrosanct and above the petty plots and schemes of countries and spies. That's why it's crucial to infiltrate them. Many secrets would have never been spoken aloud or told in confidence to religious authorities, which the practice of confession has even turned into an institution. A church in one of the countries we have focused our espionage efforts on has presented an unprecedented opportunity to exploit this. One of our loyal agents, posing as a nun in a local convent, has found that she can overhear the conversations from confessionals while doing chores in the church. While she is likely to escape detection, the plan would outrage religious authorities if discovered. Is it worth taking chances? I don't really need it at all. Yeah, I don't need that at all. Unthinkable. As useful as it is, the points are more so. They got a huge amount of prestige for not collapsing to problems. There goes the stab, I guess. Yeah, sure, you can come. How big is my trade league? I think I've got a decent sized one. 3 provinces, yes! I can grab Corsica again soon. Yeah, you'll ask. You, I need... Yeah, you're in a trade league. I can improve relations here. I guess that nun was probably arrested. Quick summary. I exploded a few times. Mostly to Ottomans. But I seem to be doing okay this run. And everything seems to be progressing. And the Ottomans finally have a poor quality ruler, but their heir needs to never get to the throne. Of course they got that. Starting to make lots of dollars, so I suppose that's the summary. Stack of heavies would be nice, and they use far less, but no, they use way more, that's right. What more Hearts of Iron 4? Yes, of course we do. Everyone would like more Hearts of Iron 4. Okay, any impression about Man Nostrum after a couple of days of it? Now, I'm enjoying it. Only problem I have is that corruption really hurts rest of the world. In a Western nation, you can usually handle corruption pretty well. Mostly because you can get ahead of time in a tech. That is a huge amount of money saved just from the ahead of time in dip tech. Other than that, I think, well, unbalanced research probably hits very hard, especially if you're rather unlucky as a monarchy in Africa, because I was sitting on 0 dip rulers for about 90 years, so I was never catching up. Ever. In that category. So I was suffering huge corruption just because my ruler was inept diplomatically. So, yeah, other than that, I'm enjoying it. Oh, one other thing. I've noticed that at times it can be much more profitable to not be a trade-focused empire like I am, a republic. A trade republic. And instead to be working with the burghers, because you can get a much larger share. The extra merchant and the caravan power doesn't really make up for it. But that's just me. Yes, Jake is a big fan of DDR. That's actually where he gets his name from. 1 mercantilism, yeah, that's nice. More galleys. How about trade leagues? They're pretty reasonable. The only thing I'd probably tweak is being able to give the leader of a trade league the ability to call in their allies. Because otherwise you're sacrificing a dip slot for a bunch of OPMs, most of them can't even make it to the war. So, yeah, that's probably my biggest issue. Like, the OPMs, they're great, but being able to call in your allies as the leader would make the leagues really good. You might be able to protect the leagues better instead of them just being able to stomp each of them individually. You've been torturing SS divisions. And yeah, I would agree that there's too many low corruption events. You're Albanian mechanized infantry, so you're actually doing well in your Albanian campaign on Hearts of Iron 4? That's good to hear. Burn that priest, would you? Ouch. Ah, I see. Is there anything else you'd like my opinion on? The invasion of Texas is going good. I managed to reverse D-Day, invading America on 2 fronts on 1444. That's pretty good. There's Germany. I figured it was Germany. No one else is going to bother. 7-7. States and territories. States and territories seem pretty reasonable. Yeah, the areas seem rather small, though I do believe that's kind of deliberate. But it's pretty much no reason not to full core most provinces, because you're not going to be getting much out of them. I do like that your acceptance is tied to whether or not you've got it as a proper state. That's pretty cool, so you don't have to worry about losing them if you grab a couple of provinces over in Whoop Whoop and you're never going to actually have that as a core part of your country. So that's nice. But yeah, states and territories seems to work out pretty well. Only thing I'd say is that it adds up very fast. You get plenty of them for what you need to do, and ouch. I'm gonna need to swap you for someone. You get plenty for what you need to do, and to make your core nation pretty reasonable. I haven't played too much through the years. I haven't gone past, I think, 1600-ish. And when playing as Vorsingali, I didn't run out of states and territories. Mostly because I was busy trying not to be corrupt. It really puts the brakes on if you end up in a rather nasty situation. But yeah. That's all good. It's so nice to be making money. World War Wednesday is pretty entertaining, though I want to keep myself mostly for when the game releases, so yeah. It'll be good fun. Can't wait for Hearts of Iron 4, can't wait for Stellaris. Yep. Thanks, Jake. Hopefully this attempt will allow me to succeed. I don't know where you're going. If you go stationary, I'm gonna be a bit scared. Austria, Ragusa, Hungary, Poland, Siena, Holland. Poland, how are we doing? You don't even hate the Turk anymore. That's a shame. How about you, Venice? Cyprus and Lucca, Knights, Utrecht, Augsburg, Alsace.